Oh, yes, it is. Anthony Rivera of the Subway to Shea podcast, Keith Diaz, kicking in with Keith, host of Shea and Sons. It's a Subway to Shea and Sons collaboration. Keith, we got 36 people in the room right now. This might be a lot of
Really?
laughing and a lot,
Oh my
of
God.
having fun. We might go a little bit crazy tonight. I mean, Chinese Taipei versus Australia, 10 p.m. Eastern time on the East Coast here. And we're here doing a watch party for whoever wants to be a part of it. Join the chat, join the conversation. Let's have a little bit of fun. The WBC's here, man.
WBC is here. Shout out to everybody who's here. Even if we had one person, we're very grateful.
Absolutely.
I'm going to try my best to be the comedic relief because I know, as a new father, you might fall asleep on me, but I got you, brother. I'll carry this the whole way through. But thank you so much for everybody for tuning in. And we're excited. Baseball's on.
It's baseball. It's playoff baseball atmosphere. You already said you're a little bit ahead of me. This is why I'm a little weary of watch parties to begin with, because I'm always behind on apps and stuff like that. I don't have cable, so I watch everything on an app. And I may be a little bit behind, but we're going to have fun no matter what it is. And this is the first one that we're doing. This is the first matchup of the WBC. And we'll be bringing you other ones to come when they happen. We'll look at the schedule and figure out what games we can do. And yeah, man, I'm excited to do this. As the time was creeping closer and closer, my eyes were starting to droop more and more. So I had a little bit of coffee. Let's see how this goes. Keith said we're going to have a little bit of mercy rule. Maybe we need that.
So I know I'm a little ahead of you, but then they showed the rules, and instead of 10 runs, it's 15 runs. Who changed that?
Oh,
come on. So they might
yeah.
not be, I mean, unless it's crazy, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
If you saw Pool C, and we had Yuri Karasawa from Yakyu Cosmopolitan on, Chinese Taipei has a really good pitching staff, and he has convinced me now that they will be the second team to make it through along with Japan, because we know Japan's going to make it. They won the Premier 12, so they're bringing back their entire roster. They beat Japan to win it, and so I think Chinese Taipei will make it out of here. Probably, you have Korea, Australia fighting for third. Chechnya is a great story because there's no major league players on that team, and the hope for them is that they can kind of replicate what Australia did the last couple of years in their growth and becoming a better team in the World Baseball Classic. The guy that I'm really looking forward to seeing out of Australia tonight is Travis Bazzana.
Yep,
he was a first-round draft pick. I think he was the number 1 overall draft pick. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, man, it's going to be a lot of fun. We got some chat in the room here. Let's see who's in here. Shanti from the West Coast. Shout out to you, Shanti, for being a part of this. We appreciate you. King David in here. I know you guys were doing your show a little bit earlier on for Shea and Sons and going over what happened so far this week with the Mets. Got some good news out of Mets camp so far. Jazz Live 1. Shout out to you, my friend. Good to have you a part of the show. We got Jay Diaz in here as well. Good to see you, my friend. And M. Razin. This says, thank you, guys. I may butcher names here tonight. It's late. It's late, and your name might get butchered. Don't be offended. Just saying.
Yeah, this is the latest stream, I think. Other than Mets playing against San Francisco,
West Coast.
Yeah.
And even for the Mets, the Mets can't even keep me up on the West
Coast.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
sorry, guys. You guys can't keep me awake for any of that. Chris Torres, and I was actually on the 7 Express podcast with Chris, talking WBC, previewing the WBC. Shout out to you. Thank you for being a part of this as well. Ibby from Till Mets Do Us Part. It's a late night, guys. It is a late night. We're going to have a little bit of fun. Alex Wells is taking the mound right now. 5-3, 3.42 ERA.
We're good.
9 starts.
We're
okay,
we're
cool.
Good. Yeah, we're good.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I have to say, real quick, the best player for Chinese Taipei, the Yu Chang, the third baseman, I remember where he stole the show last WBC. He has dreadlocks now. So he's going to go crazy now. I just have to... I've never seen a Chinese Taipei man with dreadlocks. I don't know if I'm going to focus on baseball right now. This is awesome.
I'm going to try to bring up the lineups here.
Groundbreaking stuff. Asian man with dreadlocks. Just saying.
I mean, you can't make that up.
It's pretty awesome.
That
means he's ready for the tournament. I mean, he grew out dreadlocks.
Of course. No, yeah. Let me share the screen here so we could take a look at the lineups here. See how that comes up. All right, there we go. Bam.
I like lineups the logo for tonight. For Australia a ton, Anthony.
Yeah. Like Bazzana and Mead leading off. The two guys leading off for this team. I think they're the two that are in the major, well, at least somewhat in the majors. Let me bring up I have the graphic here from I think it's John Boy that tells you how these teams were built. Australia has one major leaguer, and I think it's Mead, if I'm correct.
Right now, Fairchild.
Yeah, right Chinese Taipei has two.
Is down one and
Fairchild's
two as a
one
first
of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a couple pitches behind you. I got 1-0. I do kind of like both of these uniforms. I know that the uniforms have stunk this year because they're so boring and plain.
I love the logo for Australia. That A.
Yeah.
It's really, really nice. Really like that logo. Like that hat is it's grown on me a lot. I love that A. Little star coming out of the A. It's pretty dope.
Thank you, Randy. It is Curtis Mead. Appreciate you.
Oh, Anthony! Oh my God!
Did we lead off with some fun here?
We got fireworks already, Anthony.
Come on, Fairchild. Let's get to that pitch.
Yeah, let's get this mercy rule in. Come on.
Chinese Taipei ain't playing. I told you. They ain't playing.
They were my pick when we had Shea
on a 2-2 pitch. My goodness. Oh no, that's
right, so
foul.
You just saw it, so you just saw it, so you know what? I'm gonna scoot back a bit. All right, cool. I just scooted back a bit.
Name that media saying I'm here, no need to fear. Appreciate you, Randy Calderon in the chat. Appreciate you always, brother.
Shout out everybody, man. Appreciate you guys. I will say this, Anthony. We predicted
precisely join the channel.
We predicted a full house. This is insane.
They don't miss, man. International baseball is huge.
Amazing right now. I love it.
Not to say USA is not in on it, but I wish it was this fun for them.
Did you see the last pitch of the at-bat?
Yeah, Fairchild struck him out.
All right, so we're literally perfect now. Now we're perfect, cool. Yeah.
See how good Keith is? He's going back just for me so we can be on the same page.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful pitch. Wells with the strikeout.
You know what? That Chinese Taipei jersey is pretty.
I like it. I like the logo too.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
I dropped by MLB shop in New York City today. They got all the jerseys.
They got all the. Did they have McLean?
Everything. I did not see McLean. They had Witt, obviously Judge.
Mm-hmm.
They have Soto. For Puerto Rico, they have almost everybody. They got Fernando Cruz. They got Lugo. They have Maldonado, Arenado. Wow. They have almost everybody.
Anthony, every single swing, these fans are screaming.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
2 outs in the first. Again, shout out to everybody. The fact that we have, like Keith said, even if we just had one person in here just chilling with us, awesome. But 111 people in the room right now.
All right. If there's 111 people here, we need 111 likes, and we need 111 comments of who's going to win the World Baseball Classic. I know it's late, but we could type real fast, people. Come on. Get to it. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, show some love because we love you more.
Also, let us know where you're at. Where are you calling from? Right? We got the West Coast call in. Let us know where you're at.
Ibby, you got to add like $80 more, I think.
Ibby, those jerseys are $229, and those are the cheapy deepy ones.
What? $229?
Uh-huh.
Oh, hell no.
224, $229. Those are the cheapy deepy ones.
Oh God, get them out of here.
You want the authentic? It's $430 for an authentic jersey, and you won't get it until the tournament is over.
Yeah, right. Like the whole shipping thing is a whole thing, right? Yeah.
Name That Media, he gave us his pick. He said USA versus DR. DR will lose by a lot. Wow.
All right, Anthony, we got a base runner.
We got
Mr.
one on
Chen.
first.
Is that Mr. Chen? Is that his name, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that's Chen. He has his name is 3 times.
Chen,
pretty cool.
Right?
Chen. Something like Chen, right? Oh, here comes my guy with the dreadlocks. Here comes my guy. Yeah, I told you he has dreadlocks. Look at his dreadlocks.
Andrew Acevedo, the Rhino, in the chat. DH Gate coming in clutch. I got to get a jersey from DH Gate at some point.
DH Gate is solid. This guy's gonna hit a double. I'm telling you. He has dreadlocks. This is a different man.
You don't mess with this.
Oh, sugar.
He popped it up. Got a little too excited. Bazzana's there. He's got it. Oh, well, not a 1-2-3, but pretty good inning for Wells there.
We got some Marina Del Rey, California people in here. Shout out to you, man.
Mets HQ and the PST. I love it.
Love it.
Bazzana is a prospect, correct?
Yep. He's leading off for Australia. He was the first round pick, I think, 2 years ago for the Guardians.
Yeah.
All right, Ibby, listen to me. Let me ask you a question, my brother. Have you ever seen an Asian man with dreadlocks? That's my question for the night. This is a different level. This guy came to the tournament prepared. You look good. You feel good. You play good.
He's Fernando Tatis in it.
Yeah. Probably a better third baseman than Vientos. Jeez.
I mean, that's not really hard to do.
My bad, Vientos. You don't need the slander tonight.
Although he is going to be playing third base for Nicaragua, right?
Actually had a hit off Jonathan. Actually had a nice little hit off Jonathan.
Although Jonathan is like throwing like straight fastballs, right?
Yeah. Let me ask you an honest question. It's late night. We don't have to.
We're in commercial break.
Yeah. What do you feel about Jonathan? Let me honest question.
He's only 22.
I know, but
he's only 22.
I got a weird feeling.
You know what the thing is? It's his delivery that I'm like, man, if he's anything like Tim Lincecum, that'd be like awesome. Because you remember how Tim Lincecum used to own the Mets?
Oh yeah,
and it'd be nice to have one of those type of pitchers. The good thing is he's going to have every moment in the world to learn and get himself right, because there's just so many pitchers in the staff. Like we have so many youngsters. Like Jack Weniger could probably jump him.
True.
Of all people.
I mean, if memory serves correct, no one saw McLean do this. He was ranked. No. We had all these guys ranked ahead of McLean. Sprout. So yeah, anything's possible. I'm just saying. I don't know. I got this weird feeling, man. I hope I'm wrong. I actually like the kid, but yeah, we'll see.
Fine. I think he'll be fine. He's got to learn a third pitch. That's what he's doing right now. He's got the up and down thing going for him. He's got to get the side to side thing going.
Side to side, yeah.
All
Travis Bazzana, baby.
Travis Bazzana leading off.
He has all the elbow arm pads. He came dressed to impress. Look at this guy.
Let's bring up the. Let me bring up this the lineup for these guys. There we go.
Swings through a 94-mile-per-hour fastball, literally down the pipe. So the announce team is saying that the pitcher right now for Chinese Taipei actually had offers for the Dodgers, and he declined.
Wow.
Ooh, ABS that. Oh, no, they don't have ABS. That's right. Ooh.
I thought they did, but I guess not.
No, they chose not to.
Wait, is that why you were making fun of Ronald Acuna for...
Yeah, because he was tapping his head so hard. Little cue ball to first. Travis Bazzana is out. I didn't like that at bat, personally. There was a lot of pitches to hit, and I don't know. He ends up with that.
A little nervous.
A little nervous. Yeah, that's definitely nerves, 100%.
Honestly, I said he's the guy to watch for Australia. He's got a big opportunity here to make a name for himself.
And I mean, he could, if he does well, I mean, even in like the farm, I don't see why he couldn't play with the Guardians this year.
Absolutely.
Curtis Mead. Nice swing. Yeah, you know what? I think all around we got definitely a nice jersey improvement all around.
Yes. Yeah, definitely for some teams. I will say I am disappointed in Puerto Rico's home jersey.
Yeah, they downgraded. I agree.
On
Ooh.
top of that, their pants, they don't even have a stripe on their pants. It's just like plain
Yeah,
white. Like the away jerseys are cool. I like the blue one. I did get a hat. I got a hat and t-shirt. That's we'll leave it at. I think I have the jersey from 2006 maybe or 2009.
I like last turn. Oh, we got a base hit.
Yeah.
Curtis Mead.
On Bates. Got a single.
I gotta say, last tournament's jersey, the Puerto Rican one with El Morro. Yeah. We should have never changed that. But I know Fanatics, whatever was on top of that. I regret not getting that jersey. That jersey, looking back, it was really nice. The one we have now, I love the Dominican jersey. It's really nice. The United States navy blue jersey to me is much better than the white one. I love the navy blue jersey that they're wearing today. Really nice.
I think the best is probably Venezuela all around to me.
Yeah, I love the outlines of the lettering. Yep. Really,
the home
really
and away jerseys and their hats. I like them.
Yeah, really nice. So, you know me, I notice weird shit. How tall do you think this umpire is?
Oh man.
Chat, ladies and gentlemen in the chat, how tall is this umpire?
Well, how tall is this dude?
Look at I think the catch is taller than the umpire. Ibby, I know you're here, Ibby. I think the catch is taller than the umpire. That's my hot take for tonight.
Let's see. This is Hall, the DH. Oh no, this is Whitefield. Let's see how tall he is.
Yeah, he's a tall cat. That umpire looks like he's pushing 4-1.
Oh, he hit that deep.
Ooh.
He hit that deep to left, but it's an out, 2 outs. Still a man on first. I assume the pronunciation of the pitcher's name is Sue.
Yeah, I believe that's correct. Yeah.
Joe C. Sue. That's what I'm going to go with. If I butcher his name, let me know if you know it. Because.
Oh, I love they're playing like their national music. I like that. All right, so we got some measurements in the chat. Ibby says the ump is 4'11". My man Rhino says 3'2". Name That Media says 5 foot nothing.
How tall do you think Whitefield was?
Yeah, he looked like 6'2". He was pretty
6'4".
Ooh, yeah. This guy's pretty tall too. I don't think he's as tall as Whitefield, but he's pretty tall too. But if you look at when the catcher stands up, he's almost like towering over this umpire. It's pretty funny.
Oh, Sue, a nice pitch there. 1-2.
That's probably the best pitch so far of the game. Man, this Chinese Taipei hat is growing on me too, man. It's really nice.
Like it. Oh, yeah. Struck him out. Beautiful pitch. Inning over. We are scoreless through 1. Beautifully done. And the crowd going nutso.
Shout out to the chat. We're through 1 inning. We got through an inning.
Yeah. Thank you guys for being a part of this, man.
What time is it right now in Taiwan? Is this in Taiwan or Tokyo?
This is in Tokyo.
This is the Tokyo Dome, right?
Yeah.
It's gotta be like prime time. Well, yeah, right? It's gotta be like what, 7 p.m. I think? Yeah, 7 p.m. Name That Media. But it's 7 p.m. Thursday for them.
I don't know if you read this because I was looking up the roster. Andrew said 3-2 for this guy's height.
Yeah, I saw that 3-2. That was pretty funny.
Armand is amazing in the chat. Shout out. Hector Ponce saying shout out to you, Keith. So there you go, my friend.
Shout out to you, sir.
Ibby, I was just about to say Oompa Loompa, man. So you're reading my mind.
I do think though, with the American team the way it is, we're gonna get bigger crowds than prior World Baseball Classics.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do too. It's a better roster, probably their best roster ever.
Do you get to see any of the exhibition so far?
I saw just through highlights I was able to see today, as they were playing all of them so early on in the day. When they're playing it that early and you're at work, it's like hard to catch up with both teams. But I mean, between USA and Dominican Republic, I said we're on a collision course at some point, and it's not going to be the finals. Apparently, it would be in the semifinals.
Yep. The energy that the Dominican team have is very infectious. It's very, very infectious. It's almost to the point where it's like, I know we're not there full strength. And I have to say, a lot of Dominican friends of mine have been very like, we wish you were at full strength because we know how much we love to play against one another. That it's almost like, you know what? Want you guys to do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
also,
mean,
big respect factor.
It definitely stinks from an offensive standpoint that at the very least, could they have given us Javi Baez?
Yeah, that was nonsense. Yeah.
That was whack. Yeah, I understand Lindor was going to play no matter what, all right, because of this, the hand injury.
Who he looks like he's gonna be ready for. He's a psychopath.
He's playing. He's resumed baseball activities.
He's a psychopath. He's a psychopath. Yeah. I love him. I love him though.
Yeah, I had a feeling he would be back a little bit earlier. Got to pop out. There you go. One out. Good job by Austin Wells here. Oh, wait, not Austin Wells. What am I saying?
Austin Wells is late. It's okay. I think that was Curtis Mead at
Alex
third.
Wells. Sorry. Alex Wells.
Oh, the pitcher, Alex Wells.
Yeah.
Oh, so interesting. We're not going to get the strike zone this year. The little square. We don't get it this year.
So in all games?
Yeah, like they took it away because of ABS. I don't really know the actual reason for it, but this is like this is a forbidden fruit right here, getting this little square. We're not gonna get it ever again.
It'd be saying I want a pic of that ump with Aaron Judge.
Yeah, that umpire, I think Danhausen is taller than that umpire.
Did he curse him?
Yeah. He's at Danhausen. Everybody was giving that a rough time. Actually grew on me real fast.
That poor guy. They put him in a wrong spot.
They did him dirty. Oh, they did him so dirty.
Triple. What is that? Everybody wants Vince McMahon back.
Strikeout, Mr. What was his first name? Wells. What's his?
Wells. Alex Wells.
Alex. Okay.
Alex Wells on the mound.
Alex Wells.
I wonder if his brother is Lation Wells, who's also on the team. They kind of look alike. They have the same glasses.
Alex Wells is like what David Wells would have looked like if Ozempic existed, late 90s, early 2000s.
They be saying these Dominican crowds are wild. I get fired up seeing that type of energy. I mean, I think the one thing I think is that Juan Soto is going to be MVP of this tournament.
Ooh, I love what I just saw. Chicago just agreed with me in my Italy sleeper team.
Yeah,
that's my big sleeper. I've been pushing that. Let's go Italy.
He has. Stick with him.
I'm rolling with Italy to shock some people. Shu Wei Lin. Oh, I like that name. Shu Wei Lin. Cool name. Now you got to get a hit because you have a cool name. Oh.
Let's bring up here. Where is it? There we go. Oh, wrong page. Let's share this tab instead.
There we go. That's nice. Now we're cooking.
Oh, I guess that was the end of the inning.
They're ahead of us.
There we go.
Oh my God, this umpire.
2-2 pitch.
I have to play spoiler, guys. This umpire is so short he can't see the strike zone. What's the guys chat? This is my complaint. Yeah, we need to go like this now. This guy struck him out twice in one at bat. This umpire is not fit I'm texting Sean.
He still gets the strikeout swinging this time around.
I'm tweeting at Sean. I'm gonna ask him, is this umpire like, we got to do something, man.
All right, let me bring up the tournament format here for everyone to see. We are in Pool C: Japan, Australia, Korea, Chechnya, and Chinese Taipei. I have Japan and Chinese Taipei coming out of this bracket. I know, Keith, you have Japan, but I don't remember if your second team was a different.
I picked Korea.
Yeah, initially I had Korea until Yuri changed my mind during the preview, and I'm like, all right, pitching does matter, so I think
sure does.
It's going to be Chinese Taipei's pitching versus Korea's great lineup that they have, pretty solid. Mm-hmm. You can see the other pools here: A, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Canada, Panama, and Colombia. I think most of those games get started on Friday. And Pool B: United States, Mexico, Italy, Great Britain, Brazil. I think you and I will be covering for sure United States, Mexico, right, on Monday.
Yep.
We'll have that game for you. We'll also have somewhat of maybe Puerto Rico, Colombia, United States, Brazil in the opener. And then we'll definitely cover Venezuela, Dominican Republic when they play. Also part of that, Netherlands, Israel, Nicaragua. So let me move back here because we do have my guys in the house here. We got to bring them aboard. Yuri's here. Let me add you, Yuri. Why can't it add 3? What's happening here? Why do I always have this issue? There's Yuri. What's going on,
man?
How's
it going? Pretty good. Pretty good.
Watching. Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Pleasure to meet you as well. Having fun watching the start of the WBC.
Yeah, it's been a great start. The crowd is awesome so far, and I know Keith has been dying to get you on. I know he couldn't make it due to flight change of plans, but he actually introduced me to your work, and like we said, you do great stuff over at Japan Ball, Just Baseball Media, World Baseball Network, and your own page at Yaku Cosmopolitan.
Yeah, appreciate that. And this is the best crowd I've ever seen for a non-Japan game at the Tokyo Dome. So these Taiwanese fans, they travel incredibly well, obviously because it's close. And when I was covering it at the Premier 12, the gold medal game, Japan versus Chinese Taipei, it felt like almost 50% or more of the crowd was for Chinese Taipei in Japan. So they travel really well, and they're showing it here because if you look back at last WBC, the non-Japan games, it's like they didn't even open up the outfield seating. It was just like you could just sit around the bowl on the inside, and there were maybe 10,000, 15,000 per game at most. This is like a packed house. They only had this for the quarterfinals, Cuba versus Australia last time, and it didn't quite have the same energy. So this is really good.
I love it.
Yeah, every pitch, you just hear the crowd every, out. So it's off to a good start. Got some good pitching so far. After we stopped talking, Yuri, and put out the Pool C preview, you really sold me. And I keep saying it. I even put it on X today. You sold me on Chinese Taipei coming out of this bracket here because of the pitching. And, pitching in short spurts in tournaments like this goes a long way. So, I feel like it's going to be Korea's lineup versus Chinese Taipei's pitching to decide which one's going to get in here.
Yeah, Korea looked really good in the exhibitions, certainly on the hitting side. So they could very much outslug their way to get to the next round. But Chinese Taipei, they got the pitching, and they're going to have the crowd boost as well, as you can see. Like in Korea, they have fans that travel pretty well, but it's not going to be quite like this. So they have this like atmosphere where, taking that momentum from the Premier 12 and then the qualifiers into this, it would be a big win for them to, hopefully get 3 wins. That's what they're going to be going for, even if they lose to Japan tomorrow. 3 wins is going to get you to the next round, and maybe even at 2-2, if they have the tiebreaker, they can sneak in.
Chicago Ron Sox in the chat saying keep an eye on Travis Bazzana of Australia. He's number 20 prospect on the prospect look for Cleveland, and that's the guy that I said, and I think we've all thought about being the one to look out for Australia to really, kind of make a name for himself. Even though he's a prospect, this is a big spot for him to showcase himself.
This starting pitcher for Taipei, he's grooving right now. He is grooving right now. He is in a good rhythm. Oh yeah, another swing and miss.
Yeah. Shea is fantastic. I did a big breakdown on him because he's coming to MPB. This is his first year in Japan. It's going to be with the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks, and the Dodgers were in on him. Other MLB teams were in on him. He can run the fastball up to 98 at times. It's really a question of how long he can maintain it, because you do see him up to 98 early in games sometimes, but then he tapers off and he's more like 92, 93. Today, I see him more sitting just like comfortably 95. So I think that's going to, hopefully get him to that 65 pitch count that, there's the limit for this tournament, for this stage. And then they can turn it over to, they have good bullpen arms for sure, but Shea's going to want to set the tone here, hopefully with like 4 innings at least.
His breaking stuff. His fastball breaking stuff, they can't touch him.
No, and he gets that strikeout to end the inning there. So we go to the top of the third, scoreless here. Alex Wells looking good so far, and so is Shea. So we might have sorry, Keith, we're have a pitching matchup on our hands, my friend.
I was excited for Yu Chen. That's kind of my guy. The last tournament, he was so exciting. I just, I was hoping that, I still think he's going to have a really good tournament. He looks like he put on even more muscle than I remember. He was always a big guy, but he looks even bigger now. So I know he had a little pop-up, but I'm kind of rooting for him. I vividly remember that game they played against Italy in the last tournament. It probably was one of the most fun games I remember watching. So Taipei's fun, man. I mean, look, Australia, they're one of the more weaker sides of the group, but right now, it's no runs on the board. So we have a good baseball game right now. So I'm pretty excited. This is awesome.
I mean, if it's not a blowout, this is kind of what you want to see. You definitely want to see a pitching matchup.
Now, Yuri, I actually have a question. I was talking with a friend about the Japanese team, and like in my mind, like I have no doubts in my mind I think they're gonna reach the final. Who they face in the final, I don't know. I think there's gonna be a great final regardless. But I was trying to convince one of my friends that even though like it doesn't feel like the last tournament, I still he was kind of worried about the Japanese pitching, and I was trying to convince him I don't think anything's wrong with the Japanese pitching, because apparently Ohtani's not going to be pitching, but I don't think that's going to change much. If you could touch on that.
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly weaker than 2023, their pitching staff, but the expectation still should be like semifinals at worst. Now, I will say for Japan, the difficult part for them now is they've never been eliminated any earlier than the semifinals in any WBC. And this time, if they make it through, say as the top seed in this pool, they're playing a really good team from Pool D, like a Venezuela. And that's going to be the hardest game they've ever had in a quarterfinal. Also, they're going to be flying all the way from Tokyo to Miami, where those teams have been just the whole time. So there's going to be that time difference thing and just getting acclimated to the new environment. That could potentially be difficult, but quarterfinals should be like Yoshinobu Yamamoto. So you feel really good going into that game. After that, because they were not able to get, say, Tatsuya Imai, who's on the designated pitcher pool, but even if they add him, he would only be a reliever. And they're missing some top MPB guys. Like, I do worry a little bit about, can their pitching stop the elite cream of the crop in this tournament? But the floor is very high. They don't have anybody who's like necessarily bad on this pitching staff. And with the exception of Dominican, US, and I do think Venezuela's in there too, they should be able to shut down most of these other lineups.
For those watching, Alex Wells is actually pitching very well as well. This is a pitching duel. This is actually really fun. I'm really enjoying this. I did see something you put out not too long ago about a very talented Japanese shortstop that didn't make the trip. If you could touch on that and give us more insight, because I love learning about brand new baseball players, and especially Japanese players, because I love what they bring to Major League Baseball. Why didn't he come over? And was it like insurance stuff with like stuff that we, us the Latinos went through or anything like that?
Yeah, I don't think Japan really deals with the insurance issues in the same way. The players do have to get insurance, but it's almost like the national team is so ingrained into the baseball calendar that they don't really have problems getting guys to get insured. It really, to me, was a decision by the manager, Hirokazu Ibata, to not roster him. There were a lot of question marks about the shortstop position for Japan coming into the tournament. Ibata, in exhibitions they'd played, had rostered many different names, whether it's Kotaro Kurebayashi from Oryx, Isami Nomura from SoftBank. But the one name he hadn't rostered before is Yuta Izuguchi, who just had a big breakout season for the Yomiuri Giants. He was easily the best shortstop in MPB last year. But I think because he had never rostered him before, has no national team experience, he just maybe did not feel comfortable calling him up for the big stage. So he went with Kaito Kozono, who played second base at the Premier 12 and can play with some shortstop. And then Sosuke Genda, who's a veteran, not a great hitter, but great defender, who was there last time. So to me, he was just playing it quite safe. And that could come back to bite him. But I think it's fun for Japan relative to, again, like poor Puerto Rico. They don't get to have a lot of their numbers, star players, because the insurance issue. Japan, with the exception of injuries, because injuries obviously has actually affected this team pretty heavily, they get the guys they want, because if the manager tells you to play, you're going to play. You're not going to be refusing that offer.
That's pretty awesome.
Alex Wells ends the inning with the strikeout.
Alex Wells, guys.
Yeah. We're going
6
to
strikeouts now.
The bottom of the third here. Still scoreless. Good pitching duel between Alex Wells and Shea.
I had Chinese Taipei winning this game by like 10 runs. And I'm wrong. And I'm very happy I'm wrong. This is awesome.
But Yuri did say when we were doing the preview that the weakest part of Chinese Taipei is that lineup. So as good as the pitching is, if they can't scratch a run across, and the longer this goes, it kind of bodes well a little bit right here for Australia.
Yeah. Yeah, and Australia, of course, they always have lower expectations coming into the tournament, but they were able to upset Korea in the opener in 2023, and that set the tone for them the entire rest of the tournament, and they made it through to the quarterfinals. So I think Australia actually, if you look at power rankings and stuff, they are way down at the bottom, like bottom 5 for people out of the 20 teams in this tournament. But I think they're quite competitive. Like, it wouldn't shock me if they win this game, and then if they beat Korea, I mean, they're going to be through. So Australia is not in a bad position at all. But I will say, once Alex Wells comes out of the game, then it gets very difficult for them, because they do have a lot of, decent arms and they can play some matchups, but they don't really have like the guy out of the bullpen who can definitely shut down a lineup. And right now, Wells is doing a really good job to, make sure the crowd doesn't get the momentum on Chinese Taipei side.
Shout out to Edge in the chat. Saying this Chinese Taipei pitcher is filthy. Shu's been filthy so far. We have a question from Name That Media. I'm wondering that if he wanted to, could Ohtani come out of the pen?
He can't, because he wasn't insured as a pitcher for this tournament. I'm sure he wants to. I'm sure Ohtani, as a person, really wanted to pitch as a starter in this tournament even. He led Japan in innings, actually, at 2023. Which was, entering his last season with the Angels at the time. But because he couldn't get insured this time, should not be seeing him as a pitcher.
Wow. Big. That's big, because, I mean, let alone just the intimidation factor, because, I mean, that man is incredible. I'm sorry. That man is absolutely he is something else. I love watching that man play. It sucks. He beat up on our Mets 2 years ago, but hey, I saw him hit a ball. Yuri, I saw him hit a ball in Citi Field I haven't seen a single player hit to this day. And that's just what Ohtani does.
Is that the one where he broke the light?
Yeah, no, not that one, which is another one. No, the one in the playoffs where it went over the Pepsi porch and it just evaporated into the sky. And I'm just like, you know what? We had a good year. You know, shout out to the Dodgers. Good for them, but we had a good year. We gave it our best shot.
Yeah, Ohtani really has to do it all with the bat in this tournament, and you know he certainly can. Obviously, he's right there with Judge for best hitter in the world, not just pit. And you know, even if you remove his two-way prowesses, he's still one of the best to do it. So he is obviously going to be expected to do a lot in this tournament. He didn't get a hit in the exhibition games that they played this week, so he went 0 for 5 overall, but he's really going to be wanting to, you know, set the tone and get going. Going to be leading off or hitting second tomorrow night.
I'm excited. I'm excited to watch. I'm just excited baseball starting. So like, I'll take anything right now, but this right now is way more.
No, it's a playoff atmosphere. I mean, getting a tournament this early, and maybe this is the reason why it's best to keep it at this time of the year. I mean, I would like to see it move more towards the middle, like get rid of the All-Star break, kind of like the way hockey does it. But I do understand getting more fans involved because, you know, how many people pay attention to as much spring training? It's just like, it's not the same. And you're getting right off the bat here, you're getting to see players from around the world in this tournament format. And it's just so much fun to see. Edge saying, I still think Yamamoto will close the game like in the World Series. Now, Yuri, we talked about the importance of Yamamoto this tournament from last tournament, really not being that vocal point, but he is the vocal point of Japan's pitching staff coming into this tournament here.
Yeah, he's the ace, and they don't have anyone on his caliber anymore. Whereas last time, Ohtani, Darvish, Roki Sasaki, when he was at his absolute peak, Yamamoto kind of has to do it not by himself, but he needs to really, you know, carry the brunt of the innings. And if he gets 2 starts, let's say in game 1 tomorrow night, and then in the quarterfinals, then, you know, depending on if the Dodgers let him do this, because I don't know what that situation is, could see him come in relief like in the final if they can make it there. I think Yamamoto needs to be able to give Japan, you know, if we say 4 innings in the first game and then 4 innings in the next one, and then out of relief, like 9 or 10 innings in this entire tournament. You know, if you can make it the all 7 games, then their pitchers are combining for like 60 or so. So that's like a big chunk of Japan's innings proportionally.
There is a Japanese pitcher I'm somewhat familiar with. I just want to make sure I don't mispronounce his name. Last name, Shunpeta?
Yeah, Shunpeta Yamashita.
Yeah. I'm familiar somewhat with him. He's pretty decent.
Yeah, but he's not on this.
He's not
on this roster, unfortunately, and that's one of the injury things where he's not hurt, but he didn't pitch much at all last year, so they decided not to roster him. Or, you know, maybe in his case, it really was a thing where he wanted to just have a full spring training. But to me, that's one of Japan's biggest losses. And, you know, MLB fans who aren't familiar with Yamashita's game may not know that, but he is the most high octane starter in Japan, up to 99, 100. And the fact that they don't have him, to me, really kind of lowers the ceiling of Japan's pitching staff.
Travis Bazzana with a base hit, Anthony. You're muted, Ant.
I said, watch out for Bazzana. He got the hit here. These breaking pitches from Shea have been just fantastic. Incredible. Armand is amazing is asking, what is Shea's contract with the KBO? But I think you said he's moving to NPB, right?
Yeah, he's in MPB now with SoftBank. He signed a 3-year deal worth around $10 million with incentives. He did this because he does want to go to MLB down the line, but he was under 25, so subject to the international bonus pool restrictions. And if he signs here with SoftBank, does well, then he can propel himself to go to MLB. You know, CPBL is a lower level league than KBO and MPB. So for him to prove it that he can be a starter at the MPB level would do really good things for him. He's a big kind of power pitcher, lots of strikeouts, but doesn't really have like big workload in his career yet. hasn't proven that he can be, healthy for extended period of time. So if he can do that with SoftBank this year as a first year player, that would be big.
So Shea gets out of the inning really quickly after giving up that hit to Bazzana. We go now to the top of the 4th inning here, and it's still scoreless. The only 2 hits are from Australia. So we're talking about Chinese Taipei not even getting a hit so far. So they're going to have to really step it up here against this Australian team, which Alex Wells has been pitching well, but we'll see, how it goes moving forward.
Yu Chan's going to get the hit. Watch. Tell him. My guy, my third baseman. He's going to get the hit. I'm telling you, he's going to get the hit. I believe in him.
Yeah, he would be the right guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he would be the right guy for it, especially because he's a righty, and Australia has a lot of lefties, and it does look like they're bringing in Jack O'Loughlin here, who is regarded as one of their best pitchers. So Alex Wells, I mean, what an open by him. Yeah. The three no-hit innings with 6 strikeouts sets the tone, and O'Loughlin pitched in the exhibition game last Saturday against the Yokohama DNA Bay Stars, and he threw actually 3 perfect innings. So let's see if he can continue that momentum into this game.
Yuri, I want to ask you something off a little topic. There was a lot of excitement for Tetsuya Imai coming over to Major League Baseball, and I was a little dumbfounded to see how long it took for like the market for everything with him to pick up. From the little that we've seen, and the Mets actually did get a chance to see him in spring training, I was a little impressed. But why? I mean, I don't know. I don't understand. At one point I was hearing that he'd be one of the bigger gets, and a lot of teams should be bidding for his services, and it just it didn't seem like it went that way. And I actually think he's going to prove a lot of teams wrong for not bidding for him personally. Can you touch on why there wasn't like the bidding war that we all expected it to be, especially here in America? We were very excited, and at some point even Met fans were like, hey, let's go sign Tetsuya Imai. Like we could.
Went to Houston, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, some projections had him getting 150 million plus, but he only got the 54 guaranteed, I think, plus incentives can make that up to 60 million or so. But I will say the structure of his contract, where he can opt out after every year, that makes it so if he has a great first season in Houston, that is kind of like he got a 30 million deal when you include the fact that Houston has to pay a posting fee to his team, the Saitama Seibu Lions, on top of it. So that's a big investment by Houston. I really think with Imai, it's 2 things. One, he's a Scott Boras guy, so it's just like the negotiations were just he was playing a lot of hardball, and I think he ends up settling on Houston towards the last second because he knew that he could get a short-term deal, wasn't getting the long-term that he was looking for. But also he's very unorthodox as a pitcher, and the evaluations were kind of all over the place. We saw an article that said the Yankees viewed him as a reliever and nothing else. Like their highest evaluation of him was that he could be a bullpen piece, whereas others, certainly on the public side, people like Lance Brzezowski, who are and Saris, who are great minds, they thought he could be like a number 2 or a number 3 in a rotation. He didn't have like a super long track record of success in Japan because he's always had command issues, and he only really hit this like new gear over the last 2 seasons, and especially in 2025. So I think that's part of it. People worrying like, what if the command backs up? And he's just unorthodox because like his slider doesn't move like most other pitchers. It's kind of a reverse slider. His fastball is good velocity wise, but it's more like because of his lower slot, it doesn't have like the high ride. It might not translate to a lot of strikeouts. So I think a lot of these things contributed to people just not knowing like quite who Imai is. Like, what is he? Is he a bottom of the rotation? Is he top of the rotation? Is he going to be a bust? So I think Houston's a good landing spot though, for sure.
I appreciate that. Some beautiful defense being played this inning, Anthony.
Travis
Bazzana, that guy.
Told you.
Oh, finally, first hit for Chinese Taipei.
Mm-hmm. You chat.
You were right.
There you go.
Yeah, let's go, my guy. He ripped it down the middle too. Beautiful hitting.
Beautiful hit to left field there. That's the first hit for Chinese Taipei with 2 outs. So they got a man aboard. Let's see if they could make something happen here. The Tokyo Dome is going nuts right now for that single.
A single. They're going nuts. Oh my God. How awesome is this? I love it, man. This is how it should be like this everywhere. I'm sorry. That's I would love to be there right now. I would love to be there right now.
I mean, just look how crazy it was in the Dominican Republic for an exhibition game. Like, wild.
Yeah. The energy is just infectious. Oh, the crowd is singing a song. This is pretty cool. I love this.
Yeah, and the hitter here, Nian Ting Wu, used to play in MPB for a good period of time with Saitama Seibu Lions. He's back in his domestic league, the CPBL now. I think he hit like 330 this past year. So he's a contact guy. Tries to keep the line moving here with 2 outs.
Wow, this energy is. I love this. Could you imagine this energy on a Tuesday night at Citi Field, Anthony?
Strikes out.
No, Steve Cohen was begging fans to come towards the end of the 2024 season and try to make a playoffs.
If he got these crowds,
forget
man,
it.
That's a beautiful pitch.
See, and people complain about all the activities that happened during the break with the dancing and the singing, right? At Citi Field,
I love it.
About that. I love it.
I love it. I love it. That's baseball. That's pure baseball. I'm sorry. We're doing it wrong. And well, the Mets aren't, but the country
They're trying.
They're trying. The Mets are trying. The Mets are bringing this energy over, trying.
As Yuri said, O'Loughlin gets the strikeout, and we are going to the bottom of the 4th here. Still scoreless.
You know, this game is kind of
pitching duel.
It's moving quite along, honestly.
It is.
Only an hour.
That's what happens when you got those pitching duels.
Yeah. Now, you did mention some of the relievers for Australia. Could you touch on some of the relievers for Chinese Taipei once we move off Shea? I'm pretty sure there's going to be a nice little group of guys that can get through the rest of this game because their strength is pitching, right?
Yeah, the strength is pitching, and they have quite a bit of depth. So actually, what's interesting about this game for me is Chinese Taipei played Australia in the Premier 12, and Chinese Taipei won that game 11-3 with a weaker roster. I mean, granted, Australia didn't have guys like Bazzana, or they did have Bazzana there actually, but they were missing guys like Mead. But yeah, I mean, Chinese Taipei really kind of took over that game. I think Yi Chang, who also goes by Yaku Cho, he came in that game and was good. So you might see Yi Chang in this game. They got guys who pitch in MPB. Yi Lei Soon is a hard thrower, young prospect for the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. So Soon might come in. And then towards the later innings, I do think we'll see Tseng, who is one of the better closers in the CPBL. But yeah, I mean, this team, what I think Chinese Taipei has that Korea and even Australia doesn't is they're just deep in terms of starters. I mean, guys who can give you the type of start that Shu's given you today with 4 innings. Like we might get a lot of deja vu the rest of this, week where if Ruyang Gulin's going out there and then Yu Min Lin and Wei Yin Lin, all these guys could give like 4 shutout innings and just really set the tone for the rest of the bullpen. So obviously, it's not going to matter if they can't hit, and they're not hitting right now. Yeah. They have been quiet really all month. I mean, watching Chinese Taipei's other exhibitions they played last week and the week before, it was just like this. They just can't hit. So it sucks that Hao Yu Lee also had to drop out of this tournament, just like today, this morning, the Tigers prospect. He was one of their bigger bats, but I think Shu right now, he's on 44, 45 pitches. So he hopefully can give them the rest of this inning and maybe even into the 5th inning.
Keith, can you go over again what the pitch counts are for each round of the tournament? I know we went over it the first time around. But
I believe so. 65, I believe, for round 1.
And they're allowed to squeak around. Like they're allowed to squeak around a little bit when it comes to that final at bat. Like if to finish off an at bat, it could go a little extra.
I got it bookmarked here right now.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So first round is 65 pitches per game. and then 80 pitches per game in the quarterfinals, and then 95 pitches per game in the semis and the finals. I don't think, I'm not sure if there's any workaround. I think that's pretty much it, really.
Yeah.
And I think, work up to 95 pitches. You must be like, I don't think we had anybody even in any, like, it's been a few years that we had anybody hit that 95 mark, honestly. Oh my God, these curveballs, Lord. I'm sorry. I'll take this. This is, you know what? Somebody's gonna get a run, but these breaking pitches.
And Yuri, you said the Dodgers were in on him. When was it? Last season?
Yeah, just this past off season. So like this winter, they were in on him. I think they would have used him as a reliever, which is another contributing factor to why Shea decided to come to MPB, as he wants to be a starter. He wants to prove that he can be a starter, and like you just saw there with that pitch to strike out Alex Hall. He actually in the CPBL was better against lefties than righties. So he had kind of reverse splits because that split change he's throwing, that thing is filthy. And with that power fastball and the split change, and then he does throw in a couple of these other pitches with the curve and the slider. He is potentially one of the best arm talents that Taiwan has ever produced.
His breaking stuff is impressive, man.
And that's one reason why I see a lot of people doubting like Chinese Taipei in this tournament, and everyone thinks Korea is like a lock to make it through. Look, Korea is good. I think Korea could make it through, but you can't be sleeping on this pitching. It's so good, and it's going to keep them competitive even on days like this where their bats are just completely asleep.
Well, let me I have to reset real quick. Sorry about that.
Oh, good. And Shea is out of another inning, 52 pitches. So Yuri, you might be right. He might come out for one more. Why not? I mean, at this point,
yeah,
you never know. It could be the only shot that they get. You just never know. So why not bring him out one more time?
I think they should. And unlike maybe other teams in this tournament where you have to manage the pitch count to make sure the guy can throw like twice in pool play, I think with Shea, it's just like this is the one time he's going to be pitching in the pool stage, so get as much out of him as you can. Interesting about him, he pitched in the exhibitions last week, but he was pitching for the Hawks against Chinese Taipei. So he was pitching against his own country as his warm-up for this game, and then he switched over to join his countrymen. So
right now, Shea is 4 innings, just 2 hits, 3 strikeouts, no walks, 53 pitches. 72% of his pitches have been thrown for strikes. He's been on it today. This guy is awesome. I like this guy. I actually hope it works out for him and becomes a starter. I'm impressed.
Yeah. Just not on the Dodgers, man. They got enough pitching.
You know what's funny is that like the Dodgers are in on him.
I don't care.
Dodgers are into him, and I bet you the Dodgers have like been on him before so many other major league clubs, and so many people are gonna blame them for doing their homework, and yet the Dodgers just remain the Dodgers. They're number 1 in baseball for a reason. Yep, they know what they're doing. Got to give them credit. Got to tip your cap. So Alex Wells, he went 3 innings, had 6 strikeouts. He walked 1 batter. He
struck out the last 5, I think.
Yeah, he did. He was on it too. He was grooving. And
and Wells did it without velocity because Wells was in the high 80s at best. Whereas Shea is another story. Shea has been mid 90s most of the day so far. And I know Australia is just so locked in on this particular matchup. I was at the press conference with their manager, Dave Nielsen, last week, and he mentioned that he didn't want to answer any questions other than that they're just focused on this first game against Chinese Taipei. They need to win this game. They know it. Their backs are going to be against the wall if they lose this. Despite the fact that they got blown out by them at the Premier 12, they see this as a winnable matchup. And yeah, I mean, they're keeping it so tight here that they have the boppers to do it. You know, like later in this game, you might see a Bazzana or a Mead or Hall or Wingrove. Any of these guys can just run into a home run and get them the W.
Bazzana showing off his nice arm strength.
Yeah, you need to get whatever win you can possible, because eventually you're going to face Japan, and we know how tough that team is. Korea's got a great offense as well, so it's not going to be easy. So if you could take it, whichever team takes this win today, it's a huge boost. O'Loughlin back on the mound. He's got 19 pitches on my end here.
He looks good too, man. Big, tall lefty, high release point, intimidating on the mound. I like what I'm seeing, man.
Yeah. O'Loughlin was pegged as one of the aces of this team. So if they get the two lefties in here in Wells and O'Loughlin, and they can get through like 6 innings, because there are a lot of lefties in this Chinese Taipei lineup, then that sets them up well for the late innings. Like we might see, guys like Todd Van Steensel or Townsend or Mitch Neuenborn. They do have some slightly harder throwers in the pen as well. So I think that's going to bode well for them. Like they have some other guys they obviously need to save for starters in the other games, but I think they're going to be playing a lot of matchups in the late innings.
Quickly, O'Loughlin gets 2 outs here got 22 pitches. So guess if you could push him through a 3rd inning, you might as well try.
Another 1, 2, 3 inning. I mean, just not good for the Chinese Taipei hitting. Just
look at that scoop. Oh my Lord. What a defensive play. Yeah, you're spot on. This Chinese Taipei team can't really even lift the ball, to be fair.
Yeah, this is kind of how they looked against Nicaragua in the qualifiers last year, where they got shut out at home. They're just flat. And I think part of it is they do feel they get a little bit too aggressive at the plate, because that crowd is just so energetic that they want to get that big hit so that the crowd gets back in the game. But I think they're just taking too many aggressive hacks up there, and it's putting them in a bit of a tough spot where the pitchers can't make any mistakes.
We're expecting the United States to have a really good showing Friday against Brazil, and this tournament with a lot of your countrymen there, packing out the stadium and just nonstop like cheering to see your country play and do well. And those nerves are no joke, man. This is what a lot of these guys have been looking forward to get into this tournament and perform. And this is, it's a week and a half, 2-week tournament, and you don't really have a lot of room for error. You really, really got to perform. I wouldn't be surprised if Friday, Anthony, maybe for a few innings, we're locked in with Brazil, and a lot of people are wondering what's going on with this big bad machine that we have in America, and maybe we'll wake up. But this is, the competition might be a lot closer than what we may seem.
It's possible. It's quite possible. It's either that or then USA is just going to come in and bludgeon with that offense that they have. It's the best offense they've ever brought in to this tournament. And I'm looking forward towards that. And then the matchup at 6 p.m., which is Puerto Rico, Colombia. And you got Jose Quintana going up against Seth Lugo. So that could be another pitching matchup that we're going to be seeing.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun match. And it's in Puerto Rico.
Yep. We may be covering those two.
Why not, right? Let's get to work. It's baseball season.
Why not? We got it's 11:10 p.m. here, East Coast. We got 480 people in this room right now watching this game with us.
We love you guys for that, man. And thank you, Yuri, for joining us, honestly.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun, and the game's going by so fast. But Shea is out of the game now. Shea is out of the game.
They took him out.
First pitch, hit by pitch.
Po Yu Chen is in.
Yeah,
wait, did it hit him? Did it hit him? I don't think it hit him. I think it bounced before it didn't hit him. I don't think that ball hit him. I think the ball bounced and he sold it.
Well, he did a good job of it. He's on first base.
Yeah. Chen comes in throwing some heat. Love it.
Yeah, Chen's in the Pirates system, I believe.
Oh, I don't. It looked like it caught the tip of his shoe.
Yeah, it might have. Yeah.
Okay.
But still, pretty kind of a gift for sure.
Yeah.
Get a base runner, right? Why not?
Now, with Shue leaving, what are your thoughts on Chen and what he brings to this? Not only this matchup, but the staff.
That's gone.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Anthony.
No,
Robbie
man.
Perkins, two-run home run. We got some runs.
We've got some runs in the house. Wow, you take out Shue, he probably could have gone the extra inning. Was just about to ask you about Chen, and I may have jinxed Chen.
Oh boy!
And there's that big hit that Australia was looking for, and now they are really well positioned, much like they were against Korea in 2023, where they got out to that lead. Korea mounted a late comeback, but it just wasn't enough. So obviously they need to add on from here, but that's a great start for them.
The 31-year-old Robbie Perkins, he's 6'3".
Yeah, and you're
catcher.
And you're nailing it with this Chinese Taipei offense and just no production. Now they have no choice. They have to lock in. They need 3 runs.
Yep. And I think from here on out, it's going to be a lot of just from the Chinese Taipei side, 1 inning at a time for these relievers. So
yeah,
I mean they have to hold it here. Obviously, like the way they're hitting, they're not going to be able to come back from more than 2 runs.
And whether that ball hit him or not, that becomes the big focal point, because now that's an extra run that Chinese Taipei has to make up, and it's possible that they might not be able to.
You know, I'm curious. There's got to be someone on Twitter. I wonder if that ball hit him. I'm curious now.
Chris Torres says he doesn't think it hit him. What about you guys in the chat? Do you think that ball hit him or not?
How many pitches was Shue away from the mark of 65?
He was at 52, I think. Wait, hold on.
Oh, come on. He could have went.
He was on 53, so he had 12 more pitches. I guess he could have gone.
He could have given him 1 batter. It was a lefty to start the inning, too. He could have given him that batter.
Shue is good against lefties.
That's the thing about baseball that never fails. Once you take out a guy that's rolling, no matter what, whether it's a pitch count or whatever, once you take out that guy that's rolling, the other team thinks of that as a huge advantage, and they most likely take advantage of it. And that's what Australia just did, and Robbie Perkins hits that 2-run blast.
And there's a walk for Tim Kennelly. He's the all-time hits leader in Australian Baseball League history, and also this is his last tournament ever. He's retiring after this. So Kennelly, this is fun for him. I know he wants to stay in the scene, maybe as a coach, but Kennelly is an Australian baseball legend and contributing today with a walk.
Good for him, man. Oh, this game just spun. Travis Bazzana now up, going 1 for 2 today. As mentioned prior, one of the better top prospects in the Guardian system and in Major League Baseball. Ooh, wild pitch. He could have threw that ball. All right, we got a man in scoring position with Bazzana up.
Yep. Chen doesn't have the control that Shea was showing and the poise that he had on the mound with all those breaking pitches here. And we're in a little bit of a struggle. A little bit of a struggle here.
Anthony, you nailed it. It happens all the time. All the time. All the time.
Never fails. I still remember that game that Clay Holmes was dealing against the Rays last year. They took him out with like 60 or 70 pitches. And that's all they needed. That's all you need. You get the pitcher out of the game in such a close game, and then everything's up for grabs.
Yeah, and Australia has proven in the WBC that they can rise to the occasion. Like they know that they're the underdogs. They don't have any pressure. You do have quite a few Japanese fans who like Australia and follow the Australian league, so they're there cheering for them. But this crowd is, I'm going to imagine, like 95% for Chinese Taipei, and they're not letting that get the better of them as they're staying as they're getting out to the lead. Chen
just threw his best pitch of his outing so far. That was an incredible hook. Oof! Travis Bazzana almost strained his neck trying to hit that. He threw it again. Bazzana, beautiful play. Awesome good defense here today too, man. Lovely play.
Yeah, that was not the best located pitch, but Bazzana unable to do damage on that one.
Oof.
This is so important though for Chinese Taipei to keep this at just 2, because if they let this inning get away from them, then it's going to be awfully tough to come back the way they're hitting. Because I will say with Chinese Taipei, they have quite a few bats off the bench that could make an impact. So especially Giligalo, the secondary catcher, he's got some pop, so he could come off the bench in a big spot. And Australia, their pitching, their depth is not quite there, so there will be opportunities for them to still come back and tie this game.
Anthony, you know Curtis Mead was once traded for Adrian Hauser?
The legendary Adrian Hauser. Who did he pitch? Did he pitch well against Team US? No, he got lit up, right? They lit him up.
He had like a good inning, like a half of an inning after that. It was, I mean, I kind of felt bad for him and like Kyle Freeland. They kind of got thrown to the wolves. Like that wasn't fair, but
you're pitching today, and it's against Team USA's lineup. Have fun.
Yeah. Even the kid for Detroit pitching against the Dominican in the DR, like, geez, like, can you ask a guy to like climb a mountain with no legs and no arms? Like, it's not fair. Oh man, all right, Chen is starting to feel it.
Nice, gets out of it.
Let me see if I could rewind my stream and see if that guy actually got hit on the foot. Now I'm really curious.
Yeah, you got 9, 1, and 2 coming up now for Chinese Taipei. I think the top of the lineup has to answer this inning.
Yes,
I mean, Fairchild, obviously. Fairchild almost, hit a ball down the line earlier, leading off the game. And then Lin is, he's another one like Shea, who's entering his first season in MPB on Colin, their DH today. So it would be nice if he can get a big home run on the board or something like that.
You get a run right back here in the top of the 6th inning. It goes a long way, even if it's just one run. At least you get back in the game here, because 2 feels like a mountain for Chinese Taipei at this moment. So get a run back, and we'll go from there. So we go to the top of the 6th. Chinese Taipei down 2-0 after the Robbie Perkins 2-run blast to what was, I think, right center field.
Nice shot too. Looked like a deep part of center field too.
Yeah. Yuri, what are the dimensions in the outfield at the Tokyo Dome?
Yeah, it's pretty standard because the way the domes are shaped in Japan, it's very symmetrical. But Tokyo Dome generally plays as a hitter's park. I think center is 395 or 400, but then the corners are pretty close in. So I think the Robbie Perkins homer here, 388 feet out there in right center. But yeah, the Tokyo Dome, especially at tournaments like this where they're using a livelier MLB ball, it's pretty easy to pop one out. And that was kind of the big story in 2023 was just how many games, got flipped on their head via the long ball, like Czech versus China, one of the most underrated games from that tournament because it was so back and forth. It was a 3-run homer late to seal it. And then Australia, that's kind of their MO is to pop one over the fence and then just kind of hold on to the lead. That's what they were able to do in 2023. And obviously they did that last inning. And you got O'Loughlin still in this game. So
he's at 26 pitches right now. So he could get you another inning or two if need be, if he's pitching the way that he's pitching right now, because that last inning he was a little bit 1-2-3 to get them right in and out of that game, that part of that inning. Yeah,
and with Australia, I mean, this is going to have a ripple effect if they can get through this game with only like 3 or 4 pitchers used. Their big problem in the Premier 12, where they just did not play well, is every single game it felt like they had to use like 9+ pitchers, like just playing matchups. Nobody could consistently get outs for them. Here, it's just completely different. They're cruising, and if they can just keep their pitch counts pretty low, that's going to help them in these future games as well. But as I mentioned earlier on the Chinese Taipei side, I just think they're a little bit too aggressive. You just see them chasing a lot. They're trying to do a little bit too much right now to get back in this game. I think they got to take it one step at a time.
Oh, here we go. Right into the glove. Nice contact, though.
This is big though. Top of the order with Fairchild.
Need Fairchild to kind of set the tone here, being at the top of the order. Got nice contact. Chen got nice contact. I'm a little bit behind you guys, but Chen got some good contact there.
Yeah. If Fairchild can get on, then that's when they get dangerous because Lin has pop. Chen after that was the Premier 12 MVP. I mean, that dude hit like 600 in that tournament with like a 2000 OPS. He was just everything. So Chen could be huge for them. And then obviously your favorite, Yu Chang. Yu Chang played hero for them last time and, could do it again.
The muscle man. That's what I'm going to call him. Guy looks like a wrestler, man. Okay. He's starting to work the count a little bit to a hitter's count, Mr. Fairchild. Get on base, buddy. Come on.
That was a friendly strike for O'Loughlin.
Yeah. Every pitch, this crowd is like it's roaring.
They'd be dead at Citi Field at this point.
Yeah, they'd be taking a nap. This is amazing. Any contact, they're cheering, and then they're like, "Oh, if it goes into the glove, it's awesome." I love that. Okay, all right. Got a full count for Fairchild, who could get on base. He has some speed, He could maybe get on base, steal second, and then maybe manufacture a run.
Yeah, and he had a full count to lead off the game as well, so he has been working it, but unable to get on.
Big pitch here. It's probably one of the most important pitches of the game right here. Let's see what we got here.
Strikes out. Hat trick.
94 up in the zone. Challenged them. You're right. Honestly, you've been spot on about this offense, man. That's ball 4.
Yeah. And it's very streaky, like when they got hot at the Premier 12, it just felt like you couldn't stop them because they just kept rolling with the rhythm and the crowd really got into it. But when they're cold like this, they don't wake up. They need to get something here just to, get Australia out of their rhythm. Oh, and that helps.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, he hung that over the plate a little bit too.
Now this is
that
huge
sets
for
up
them.
Chen.
Yes. That sets up Premier 12 MVP Chen, one of the best players in their league, the CPBL.
Keith could not have asked for more right now. Nice lace to right field.
Center field, 415 feet. It's coming.
Nuke? You want him to go nuclear?
Oh, the bad boy just ran across. Come on, Chen. And then you, Chen. Come on, guys. Let's get in this game.
I will say, nice piece of lefty on lefty hitting from Lin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is good. This is big. I'm into this. Oh, he hung that too, man. Oh, it's a good pitch to hit. Shoot. Oh my Lord. The 2024 Premier 12. Is this what you were talking about? Where he went? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he was the hero for them, including in the final. So
yeah, he hit.
He went deep at this very park to right field.
Come on, give us a moment here, man.
So he's not afraid of the big moment. 0-2.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, spoiler alert, Anthony. He got hit in the hand pretty bad.
So that sets up your guy Chang.
Oh, man. Is he okay?
That is not good for the purposes of the rally. Good. But for the purposes of him, this is... Yeah.
Let's hope he's okay.
Potentially not great.
Chen gets hit in the hand there on that pitch.
Oh, that's not good, man. It's a bad spot. They're taking him out. Yeah, they have to.
You're captain of the team, too.
Oh, man, he got hit hard.
Yeah, that's rough.
Right on the thumb. Oh, man.
If he can't come back in this tournament, that is rough.
So Chen, the captain's coming out after getting hit in the hand. Looks like, oh, yeah. Yep.
Japan had this in 23 where Sosuke Genda, he broke his pinky finger in the tournament, but he actually came back and played with a broken finger. So,
yeah, that dugout's pissed.
Is O'Loughlin a little shaken up now, you guys think? Maybe a little nerves settling in here?
I mean, this is really where Chinese Taipei has to capitalize, right? I mean, they're not going to be happy about that hit by pitch and absolutely have to take advantage here with two guys on.
Come on, Yu Chang. Come on, baby.
2 on, 2 out.
O'Loughlin. Look at the cool dreadlocks, my guy. That's my guy right there.
At the plate. This is Keith's
and he got
moment.
The little gold chain. He's ready for this, man. Come on.
This is your moment.
917 OPS. He's ready.
Ball 1.
Oh, he swung at a terrible pitch. I mean, well, it was a good pitch, but he got it. Come on, buddy.
Yeah, O'Loughlin's doing the right thing now, just trying to get him to chase just below the zone.
That's a good call. Absolutely. Make him roll over or just swing for strike 3.
Yeah, did it again. He just knows that he's fishing and too aggressive right now. He has to kind of.
I mean, the whole lineup has been chasing the whole game. Why change that strategy from Australia?
He's gonna. I get. He's gonna throw it a third straight time, and he's gonna swing. Why not? Right? Just throw it again. You know that might be it.
To ground out.
Yep. O'Loughlin gets through some very, very high intense innings right there.
He gets through the inning and he takes out the captain, not on purpose, but I mean,
double whammy.
Yeah. We are going to the bottom of the 6th, 2-0. That could be Chinese Taipei's shot right there. Tough break losing Chen.
That sucks because he's their captain
and their
they're not
MVP.
hitting. Yeah, they're not hitting, and that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. I'm very unfortunate. Hopefully, everybody else with all the countries involved, everybody gets out of this tournament healthy. Everybody.
Yeah.
That's a big talking point about the World Baseball Classic, and that should not take over the fact that this is some really incredible, intense, and competitive baseball being played. You know, in a few years, we're gonna sit back and remember this stream about Shea pitching and the Dodgers, being interested, and we're gonna remember in a few years, and he's gonna be pitching for the Dodgers, and he's gonna be doing great. I just know it, and it's a good thing, but I just know it's gonna happen.
This is I don't know. I've gotten, because of this tournament, I've now gotten so into international ball, whether it's talking with you, Yuri, or like we brought on Santos when we're talking the Caribbean series. Like it's great to learn about all these players and possibly see them in the major leagues. Like we don't really have an outlet to watch NPB or KBO. It's mostly, what we see from the highlights or when we're watching Yuri's channel. That's where you get to see them the most. So learning about these players, like I didn't know much about Shea, and he gave an amazing performance so far. Alex Wells, another guy, gave a great performance. So you learn about these new players, and it's great. It's great to have this, and I hope they continue with the WBC. Just fix the insurance issue. That would be nice.
To piggyback off that, and to what Yuri was stating earlier, I'm reading a tweet right now. The last World Baseball Classic opened with Australia and Korea in front of just 15,000. Tonight, in this opener with Australia and Chinese Taipei, it's easily over 40,000 people in that stadium. That right there that's awesome.
Yeah, the Taiwanese fans they travel well, and they really like their team. I was there in 2023, and like I said, for the non-Japan games, it was good energy, but just not like electric. But this is something else, and we got Yilei Sun in the game now for Chinese Taipei. I mentioned him earlier. He's a prospect with the Nippon Ham Fighters, young reliever who's also trying to get stretched out as a starter a little bit. His fastball can get up to the mid-90s as well, and he has a nice changeup and splitter. So I expect Sun to do good here too, because he was a key part of them in other international competitions.
I'm looking at his build, his body, and he's reminding me of like when Spencer Strider was pitching. His lower half, like he has. Look at his calves.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just.
Yeah, and he's running the velo. He's running the velo up really good today.
96 right there. Yeah. I'm gonna start writing these names down, man. This is awesome. Oh man, what a pitch!
Filthy. Yeah, there's that changeup.
Yeah, his reaction too on the swing. He's like, "Ooh, that ball died."
Yeah, I feel like every time I watch Sun, he just looks better and better. I've seen him for a couple years pitch in Japan, but yeah, he's improving little by little.
And he looks like he's just pitching a regular like Ben out there. He looks real calm. The moment's not getting to him. I mean, he's rearing back right now. He's like, I like what I see.
Not touching him right now.
No, they are not. I like what I see from this guy too. The pronunciation of his first name, so I don't miss.
I think it's Yilei Sun is his name. Yilei, I think.
Yilei Sun. Okay.
I get a lot of the Taiwanese names wrong as well. They can be difficult sometimes.
Yilei Sun. Anthony, we got to get David Stearns to one of these games. That's what we got to do.
Yes. Well, he was. The thing is, he was watching. He did come to the MPB. We just don't know what he was looking at.
Probably was enjoying himself. You know, he's probably.
We already have Kodai Senga, so who was he watching?
Yeah, I know Stearns was there for. Ooh, nice catch.
Whoa, beautiful catch. Yeah.
I know Stearns looked at Murakami when he was here.
Yes. He also tried his best for Yamamoto, but yeah, that was always going to be a Dodger.
Can we bring Shea here?
Did this? Yeah, I know, right? Did this young man get? He just subbed into the game, I believe.
Beautiful catch, right?
Yeah.
Wow. In foul territory, that was, I think. Was that?
You know they? Yeah. You know what they say? The ball will find you.
The captain. Yep.
Ball will find you, man.
That's getting the crowd up.
Yeah. And Jared Dale at the plate now for Australia. He played in the minor leagues last year for the Oryx Buffaloes and MPB, and now he's going to KBO in Korea. So he's one of their high-level guys as well. Very low strikeout rate, just a good bat-to-ball guy.
Good night to Name That Media. Thanks so much for being a part of the stream.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Appreciate you, man. Come back. We'll be doing some more of these games. Shout out to Jacob Petruzzi in here as well. What's going on, my friend?
This is... I feel like I'm such a little kid, man. I'm so excited right now. Look at that pitch, man.
Dude, we get to enjoy this once every 3 years. We got to enjoy it, man.
This kid is so good. He doesn't even know how good he is. And he's a prospect, you said?
Yeah, he's incredibly young. Wow. I'll find his age here, and he is 21, and he's had a cup of coffee at the MPB level, but he's mostly been in the minors in Japan, and coming along really well.
He just almost hit the guy, and his reaction, he stuck his tongue out. He stuck his tongue. Like, oh, I almost hit you. I like this kid. My kind of pitcher. He's having fun out there. Go ahead, young man. Get the strikeout, young man. Come on.
That's all right.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I love the catcher calming him down a little bit. Okay. Love that. Man, I wonder how many people picked Australia for today. Like people who weren't like familiar with the ball clubs. I think the betting favorite was Chinese Taipei. And Australia,
and you know, Australia, again, they have to be respected, but they are most certainly the underdogs. They knew this going into on paper, they're worse. Simply put, they are worse on paper than Korea and Chinese Taipei and Japan, obviously, but they play together as a unit a lot, just in their own league, ABL, and at international tournaments. So I think they have this kind of like brotherhood that makes them more than the sum of their parts.
So man on first, 2 outs. Soon versus Wingrove here. Got to get this out if Chinese Taipei has any shot here. Otherwise, you go down 3 or 4-0, and it's going to be very troubling, especially with the captain being out now.
Oh, here comes Australia.
Yep, there's another hit.
Okay, let's see what this kid is made of now. He got a little danger on the base paths. And I believe
that brings up Perkins.
Yep. Perkins, yep.
Who homered.
Perkins, who hit the 2-run shot a couple innings ago, is now coming up to the plate with 2 on. Sun needs to get out of this. Yeah, what a shot that was.
And it is worth noting that even if Chinese Taipei lose this game, they still have a chance to make it out of the pool, but it gets a lot tougher because you expect them to lose to Japan. They go down 0-2, and then they have to beat Korea for sure, obviously, and then Czech Republic, and then hope for a tiebreaker type situation. So they kind of, if they want to control their own destiny, they have to win.
I was hearing a lot of good positive reviews from the Czech Republic's pitching staff as well. I know they probably don't have a lot of hitting, but I was reading a lot about how they have one of the more underrated pitching staffs in the group. I'm actually really excited to watch them.
I think they can certainly be competitive. They are, on paper, the weakest team by far in the pool, but they aren't going to be embarrassed out there. They never got mercy ruled in 2023 when a lot of people thought they would, and they played Australia very close. It was actually just like this game. They were down 1-0 in like the 6th inning, and then they let it get away from them, but it was really close. So and then they beat China.
Ooh.
I think my guy is losing it a little bit.
Yeah, the pitch count getting up to almost 30 pitches now.
Got to be very careful here. 3-1 count.
That was not a bad pitch, but it's a walk.
That was the
loaded.
pitch. I love that you call that out. That was the pitch Yu Chan swung at.
Yep.
And Robbie Perkins took that pitch. That's been the difference of the game.
Yep.
It's the discipline.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
So now we got the bases loaded here.
Chris Burke. No room for error here. No room for error.
Yeah, and they will be taking him out now.
Yeah, I think that's the right call.
That walk to Jared Dale really hurt because, that was a full count, I think. So he almost got a 1-2-3 inning, but instead it kind of let it spiral. But we'll see who they bring in to get out of this mess now.
Burke will come to the plate with the bases loaded. He's 0 for 2. He's got a strikeout. Kenley's on deck, and my guy Travis Bazzana is in the hole. Taku Hagiwara says, does Japan really need to use Yamamoto versus Taiwan?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think for Japan, they like to use their best pitcher in the opener just no matter what to kind of set the tone. They did that last time with, on an even more extreme degree. They started Ohtani against Team China, who, nobody knew anything about the Team China players. So many of them are not, they play in their own domestic league, which is kind of isolated, or they just are not, very high level players. But Ohtani just, blew them away for 4 innings. And I think they do need to start him against Chinese Taipei because that gives him the proper rest days. If you start him in the first one, that gives him the proper rest to get into the quarterfinals once they get there. And, you could argue that, Korea is the true, best rival that they have in this pool. So they should start him against Korea. But, at a tournament like this, they're pitching in such low pitch counts that I think it's going to be a lot of piggybacking anyway. And we might see in game 2 against Korea, it would be Yusei Kikuchi, and then maybe like Hiromi Ito, one of the better pitchers in MPB. So I guess you could say maybe Yamamoto should be saved for Korea, but it's Japan's first game. They need a win as well. And obviously if Chinese Taipei lose this, they have like this extra, fire under them to have to try to sneak in, an upset against Japan.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of this rotation for all these teams is planned out in advance to set up, what happens into the next round. You want this person to be ready for this game in the quarterfinals or in the finals. So I'm not shocked at all by the way that Japan is planning this, with Yamamoto being really like we said, the vocal point of their rotation.
Yeah, absolutely. And Now for Chinese Taipei, we have a pitcher I hinted at earlier in Yi Chang, also known as Yaku Cho during his time in NPB. He is one of their better relievers, and he was instrumental for them in the Premier 12 coming out of the pen. So we'll see if he can get out of this jam.
Big at bat here. Bases loaded for Yi Chang. Chris Burke at the plate. 2 outs.
Yeah, and it's interesting to me they do actually trust Burke at the plate because they have guys like Robbie Glendenning and Ulrich Boyarsky at the plate or on the bench who I think are maybe slightly better than Burke, but they're going to stick with Burke, and he popped out.
He gets out of the jam.
Interesting move, especially, could put the hammer down on Chinese Taipei. They don't do it. Taipei still is still in this game, only down 2-0, but the offense got to get going.
Innings like that usually come back to haunt you.
Yeah.
Because you had the bases loaded. You kind of had, the bullpen for Chinese Taipei reeling a little bit with the crowd relatively quiet, They better not regret that one inning. That inning might stand out if for some reason the bats for Chinese Taipei wake up. Australia's going to kick themselves because, that was an opportunity there.
Yeah, they kind of really needed that. When they beat Korea in 23, one of the big things in that game was just Korea made a lot of mistakes. They had a guy get thrown out at second base while celebrating, just not paying attention. They got thrown out to end the game, trying to steal. Australia punished the mistakes, and I think with those walks, that was a huge opportunity for them to one clutch single, and they really would have put this game away up 4-0. But I do think with the way Chinese Taipei is hitting, they still have an uphill battle, and it looks like they're bringing in John Kennedy now, another lefty, so the third lefty of the game. I think I mentioned earlier this staff for Australia is so lefty heavy, and we probably up until the 9th inning are not going to even see a righty.
You think that's by design, or is it like just kind of like their talent pool? But do you feel like they may present an advantage with the crop of lefties that they have on their roster?
Yeah, I think it's sort of just based on the talent that they have is just a lot of lefties. Even you think of a guy who is not on this team but is one of the more well-known Australian pitchers, Lewis Thorpe, who pitched in MLB and was there for the Premier 12. That's another lefty. So I just think Aussie just produces a lot of southpaws, and it helps him in a game like this where Chinese Taipei's lineup is pretty lefty heavy. And honestly, so is Japan. So they have quite a few opportunities to play matchup-based stuff then. And then there are other starters as well, like Hendrickson. And then I think we will see the Wells' twin, Lachlan Wells, go in one of these other games. So the two Wells twins, both lefties, they might both, if they both have really good starts, I think it would be a big achievement for them.
Shout out to NYC DVD saying what's up. Hope all is well. Same to you. We are closing in on 1,000 views right now, of 1,000 people watching the show. Make sure you are following my good friend here, Keith Diaz, Shea and Sons. Make sure you subscribe to his channel, as well as subscribe to Yuri's channel, Yaku Cosmo, as well as at Japan Ball. You can do that on YouTube. And you can follow me at Subway to Shea on all social media, as well as YouTube.
I think I just saw the worst swing so far of the tournament. He tied him up pretty well there.
Yeah.
This lefty Kennedy throws at a crazy angle. Oh, my gosh.
Kennedy can be quite funky from that slot, and he's a soft tosser, but you look at his Australian League stats, and he's very much like control over stuff and good at limiting walks and hard contact. So I think Kennedy can play a big role for them here if he can get out of the 7th.
Keith, you know how I love the side armors and submariners. Can we get Sean Manaea looking at this guy right now?
Brother, do you see where he's throwing the ball from?
Yes.
Look at that.
Where's Sean Manaea? Someone call him. I know he likes that Chris Sale delivery.
I love that you called Sean Manaea's name. Look at his body. He looks like a Sean Manaea frame. Look, it looks like Sean Manaea, just Australian.
Yep.
I find this fascinating. I truly do. This is fascinating because we don't see enough of this in America. Yeah, they can't hit the ball out the infield.
Yeah, Australia has really been building out their baseball program very well here, and we're seeing the fruits of their labor. 2023, they went to the quarterfinals. They're looking to at least get back to that.
I know you mentioned one of their bats on the bench. I might mispronounce his name for Australia. Denning. And
Glenn Denning, yeah.
He was a huge hero for them at the last World Baseball Classic. If I remember correctly, I think he hit a walk-off home run against China, was it?
Yeah, he did hit a home run in that tournament.
He did a home. It was a home run. Okay, well, it was a walk-off. Okay.
And he's one of the better hitters, I believe, on this team. It's just he has defensive concerns, so they were having a tough time kind of slotting him in. He can play third, outfield, but then they decided to use Hall as the DH because, I mean, another kind of weird quirk about this Australian roster is they've got a lot of catchers here, with Hall being DH. They got Robbie Perkins, obviously, who is playing catcher, who hit the home run earlier, and I think Burke can also play catcher, who's in left field. So they have a lot of these types of guys, and they just couldn't fit in Glenn Denning into the lineup.
Fascinating. If David Stearns heard what you just said, he'd be drooling. Versatility, right?
Yeah.
Anthony, positional versatility, run prevention. That's what we're about.
Yeah, and that was just another kind of lame inning from Chinese Taipei. Just no real excitement or energy. They are kind of letting this game get away from them.
I think you have been so right about this team. It's almost scary. To a T. It's awesome.
But I was expecting them to pull through here, and we'll see if they do end up coming back. But yeah, if they don't, then as I kind of foresaw for them, the lineup is a problem, especially because they lost Hao Yu Lee and Jonathan Long, two guys from MLB systems that was going to be on this team, and they got injured. So that has not been good for them, and they are going to stay competitive in all these games just because they have the pitching. And we talked about it on the previous show that pitching can carry you in tournaments like this. They're in this game. They're very much in this game. They're not going to get blown out. But if they don't, they have 2 hits and they've got like 1 runner in scoring position all night. So all day. So it's been tough.
What inning are we in? Are we in the 7th?
We are in the bottom of the 7th.
Wow. This game is actually going a lot quicker than I expected, truthfully.
See?
Yeah, it's going really fast.
If this was a mercy rule type game, one of those innings goes about 20, 30 minutes of scoring runs. So, they're going pretty quickly here.
Yeah, I feel like even with the pitching changes, it's been pretty quick. I don't think they're wasting any time today.
Yeah,
right to it.
And I will say, looking at Baseball Savant right now, Chinese Taipei have more hard hit balls than Australia today. But obviously, Australia got the big, one over the fence when they needed it. And Onko Lin has 3 hard hit balls, so like over 95 miles per hour. But they haven't been fine. They've been finding gloves.
Now, Yuri, I don't know if you mentioned this earlier. I know you said Lachlan Wells is going to make a start here. I see 2 more lefties that have not pitched yet in Blake Townsend and Josh Hendrickson. Are those bullpen guys or are those starters?
Hendrickson should be starting maybe the 4th game. So their last game, he should probably be starting. He was the starter against the Bay Stars in their exhibition the other day. And he went deep.
Oh, Bazzana. Oh, my Lord. The exit velo on that has to be incredible. Oh, boy.
That's why he's on this team. And that's why he's one of the best prospects on the world stage. Wow. That hurts for Chinese Taipei. That hurts.
He launched that.
That's
my guy, Keith. That's what I told you. Travis Bazzana.
I told you. That kid is good, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the look at that. The celebrate 104. Oh, nice.
104 off the bat.
Oh, they got their insurance run right there.
Bam. Wow. He knew it.
That might be just enough, like with the way we're watching Chinese Taipei right now. That probably is the nail in the coffin, unless some crazy miracle comeback right now. But they're getting the long ball, and you were just saying that too. They got the big hit. That even though Chinese Taipei was hitting the ball hard, Australia just getting the bigger hit, and it happens again.
Yeah, and that's kind of the strength of this Australian team is they have boppers up and down, and they're physically strong, obviously, compared to the Chinese Taipei lineup. Slightly smaller frames, maybe more contact guys in there, with the exception of the guys like Anko Lin. So and they just lost their captain, so that doesn't help either.
Yeah. I mean, it must be so exciting if you're a Guardians fan watching that, right? You're up late. You're like, I'll watch my number one prospect, Travis, and he goes yard. Gotta love it. Oh, he ate him up, hot corner. That was a hard hit ball. Here comes the bats, man, for Australia. Oh, yeah. Oh, that ate him up. Oof.
Well, Australia's feeling it right now, so if that Bazzana home run doesn't do anything else but lift this group over here, and they're 3-0.
Gotta give them a ton of credit, man. They're in front of 40,000 diehard fans,
and they're not going to stop either. Down 3-0, they're going to continue.
Yeah, and it's the first game of the tournament. They're huge underdogs.
Yep.
They're playing with a crazy chip on their shoulder. You gotta look baseball. So that's baseball, Susan. That's what they say.
Who said that earlier? Someone said that earlier. I think it was
Someone wrote that right in the chat. Yeah, that was Chris. That's baseball. Yeah, he turned on that pitch, man. Bazzana. He turned on that thing. Got the bat head in front. Oh, they're putting the ball in play now, man. Okay. It's another bullpen guy warming up right now for Chinese Taipei. Shang Lin, I believe. Nobody's warming up right now for Australia. I guess the funky delivery Shamanaya lookalike is coming back in. As he should. He looked awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, and they haven't. Chinese Taipei today has not shown an ability to hit left-handed pitching.
Kennedy's only thrown 10 pitches.
And he was just do. Yeah, why not? Yeah. Nice pitch. Nice pitch.
And, coming into this tournament, a lot of people, myself included, were worried about Australia's pitching, but they did really well in the exhibitions. They didn't allow a lot of runs, and they are doing that again today. So, again, they're all kind of rising up to the occasion. You look at the velocity, it's not all that impressive for most of these guys, and they don't have that much experience in higher level leagues, but they are getting it done, and they have just enough kind of like funk and deception there to keep guys off balance.
Going back to Bazzana, 2 for 4 tonight with the home run. RBI's got also a nice defensive play at second base earlier on in the game. Three nothing Australia. Nice pitch by Chang.
And he needs to get him out here, man. He can't let this. He can't give up a hit here. Yeah, he has to get him out here. I picked before the game Chinese Taipei to win by 10 runs. They can't even get a hit. Oh,
this is like the Mets facing a lefty.
It's too early, Anthony. The wounds are still open. Anthony, you know, we had the lowest slugging percentage of any team in baseball when a lefty reliever was put into a game. Not a lefty starter, a lefty reliever. We didn't hit lefty relievers for nothing last year. It's insane. It's funny, we hit lefty starters, but if they threw a lefty into the game to switch it from like righty to lefty, we couldn't figure it out.
Was it part of the reason why we were 0 for 79 after the 7th or 8th inning or something like that, right?
Wounds are still open, my brother. Wounds are still open. But yes, absolutely correct. Yes. We're nearing the end of this very, very interesting game. I feel like I've learned a lot. I actually am really, really happy that it's a lot closer game than what I predicted. I'm really happy for Australia, man. They got to be buzzing in that dugout. They have to be buzzing, man. They knowing that they just need maybe one more win to probably just hopefully get through to get out of the group stage. I mean, it's a big deal.
I think it's fair to say that this game is close, but it's also not close.
Yeah. If you're watching it the way we're watching it, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because Chinese Taipei simply they're showing no like vibes that they're gonna mount a comeback right now. Obviously that could change, but they had some big innings in the Premier 12. That's how they got here. Is they had some big explosive innings where they put up multiple runs, but right now it's just they feel kind of dead and they feel kind of flat. And a win here for Australia, it doesn't necessarily guarantee them a spot in the next round because they still have to get through Korea, but puts them in a really good spot.
You said Japan is the only other team that has a lefty-laden lineup like Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, I mean, Korea certainly has their share of lefties as well, but my kind of impression of them is that some of their bigger boppers are from the right side. But I will say, I mean, like Jung Hoo Lee, Hae-Sung Kim, they're from the left. So Australia could give them fits as well.
We are just over 12 a.m. here on the East Coast watching the top of the 8th inning, Chinese Taipei down 3-0 to Australia. We just also reached over 1,000 people watching this game along with us. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Make sure you're subscribing not only to Subway to Shea and Sons, but also Yakyu Cosmopolitan as well.
Quick outs, quick at-bats.
Quick outs, that's just it. They're not working counts. They just feel kind of desperate up there.
And this nothing really hard either. Nothing really hard is being hit, except that one pitch right before Chang came him up. That's been it, really.
Mr. Kennedy is caught my eye. This release point is, I love it. It's so weird. It's so different. Look at that. Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, Australian pitchers combined have barely thrown like 100 pitches today. And, they only have 5 outs left to go. So they're just pounding the zone, attacking, and the Taiwanese hitters are not responding.
Yeah, these are poor at-bats at the moment. These are very poor at-bats. He had them completely fooled the whole time.
Yeah, and I think this game plan for them has worked. And the crowd is just not in it in the same way they were in the early innings. Now, Fairchild kind of needs to do what Bazzana just did for Australia, just to give them a spark plug, because he's another one, obviously, who doesn't typically play with these guys because he's not from the CPBL. He's a heritage player, Taiwanese American. So, big things are expected out of him, but he is 0 for 3 with 3 Ks tonight.
He feeds him 2 pitches on the outer half, and then he throws that down the middle. This guy is fooling around with them back to the outer half. Look at this.
That's the thing, though. Like, why throw them anything in the zone when they're reaching for almost everything? And that's why these innings are going by so quickly. They are desperate to get a hit and to get on base, that they are just reaching at every single thing.
Yeah,
the catcher's setting up outside the zone.
Yeah, they're just too aggressive. Australia is doing. They're just executing. They're getting the early count leverage, and then they have 1 walk today, Australian pitchers, which is a concern I had for this team. Again, in the Premier 12, they had so many games where they were just walking so many guys, but the control of the strike zone has been there, and it's a large part of that is just simply that Chinese Taipei has done their work for them by making poor swing decisions.
All right, we got an at-bat going on here with Fairchild, finally.
Yeah, and he has, in credit to Fairchild, he has worked the count full like 3 times today. It just doesn't have much to show for it.
Attaboy. He earned that walk.
Yeah, now he does. Now he has a walk to show for it.
Fairchild gets the walk. We're at the top of the order here.
Yeah, and this has to be a big one.
Yeah, and Lin had the biggest hit so far, with the most pop at this moment.
Yes.
So if he can somehow
looked good.
Yeah.
They need something, man. I mean, this reliever or the starter, Mr. Kennedy, I have a hard time seeing someone hit a ball from where he's just look at that. Right up, look at that. End of the inning.
Yeah, just shutting them down. And that was such a key moment for Anko Lin. Again, Anko Lin, one of the big sluggers in this lineup, coming over to MPB now. This is going to be his first year. But, yeah, they are down to their last 3 outs. And it looks like they're going to have to regroup after this game, make sure that they can beat Korea. And then I think it will come down to some tiebreaker where, they have to hope that they score enough in terms of not losing to Japan as big as some of these other teams, and then playing, very well against Korea. That could still get them through, but they're not in a great spot right now.
Yuri, let me ask you, we've been having this really cool discussion about like sleepers in the tournament. I'm really big on Italy. Who do you think is a nice sleeper in this tournament?
Yeah, I like Italy as well. I would say Canada. I'm not even sure if people are sleeping on them too much, because I think a lot of people see their MLB talent and they think that they'll be good, but I think they could be semifinalists. I mean, you look at Italy and Canada, like if they meet in the quarterfinals, I mean, obviously one of them is going to the semis. So I think that puts them in a good spot. I would have said coming into today that Chinese Taipei is a sleeper, where everyone's thinking that they're not good. They have the pitching to get to the quarters, but yeah, I mean, if you don't hit, that's not going to help. So I think those would be I guess Cuba. I think people are a little bit too low on Cuba. I'm not saying they're going to make like noise, but Cuba has a lot of MPB talent that people don't know about, and those guys could really carry them to, you really only need in a balanced pool like that 2 wins. If you get 2 wins and get the right tiebreaker like they got in 2023, they're moving on.
We were educated by our buddy Sean Sprawling about Livan Moniello, the Cuban lefty. I'm super excited to watch him because I've heard
Santos was talking about him too. I remember that. Yeah.
Really excited to watch that man pitch.
Yeah.
Moinello is disgusting.
Yeah, looking at the Pool A here, and I think you really want to win Pool A, because if you don't, you're going up against the United States right away. I mean, it's not going to be any easier going up against Mexico or Italy, but you kind of want to win Pool A.
Yeah, and when you look at Cuba, they weren't able to get a lot of these, MLB guys, MLB Cubans. Obviously, if they had their best, possible team, like a dream team, they are one of the best in the world. But people look at them and they get disappointed because, yes, it's mostly just Cuban National Series guys and then guys who play in MPB. But Livan Moinello is one of the best starters in the world. If it weren't for, the political situation, he could very well be in MLB and I think be a very good starter. Rydell Martinez is one of the best closers in not just MPB, but again, to me, if he was in MLB, people would view him like Robert Suarez. That's the kind of talent he is. It's just like,
wow,
up to high 90s, disgusting splitter. And that's already like, you got 2 really good pitchers right there, and then like some decent pieces after that. That's a not a bad staff at all. So I think they're going to be able to pitch fairly well in this tournament.
Oops, sorry about that.
I know Cuba was having a hard time with their visas.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Which is another, issue to deal with as well, on top of not being able to have MLB talent on their team.
Yep, they're just finding the holes right now, Australia. Everything seems to be working right now for them.
Yeah. Yeah, and this pitcher here, Shisheng Lin, one of the young relievers in the CPBL. I think he had 30 saves last season. I haven't watched too much of him because he's young and he's up and coming, but looks like he could do well, and obviously throwing a lot of changeups right now.
It feels like with that Bazzana home run, kind of really took the wind out of the sails for the crowd. Like, even down 2-0, the crowd was still in it. I think it started to turn once Chang got hit just a little bit, but they were still there. The Bazzana thing kind of just really took him out, and the pitching has just had easy inning after easy inning after easy inning.
Oh, he did that on purpose. He had that done that purpose. Yeah,
that's like he was trying to get the slower runner on base. But I think in Chinese Taipei's case, they needed to strike early and just get the crowd just into the game a lot, and just have it carry over into the late innings. They were in it obviously in the first 3 or 4 innings, but as soon as Perkins hit that home run in the 5th, they just kind of had that energy zapped out of them, and they haven't got that boost back.
Yeah.
And I do talk to a lot of Taiwanese fans and reporters who always are they're very down on this team. I think they have a very pessimistic fan base where they love their team, but they are not very confident in what they're going to do. I think I mentioned going into the Premier 12, they were all telling me that they're going to do really poorly, but then they won the whole thing. So I do think they feed off like underdog mentality, and maybe this time around they have a little bit more pressure where they have high expectations. The entire, all their fans, 40,000 of them have traveled here to Japan to watch them, and right now they're just not living up to expectations.
Keith, doesn't that remind you of a team, underdog mentality?
I didn't want to say it, but I had a feeling you were going to say it. But it sounds
a team from Queens, man.
So familiar.
Wow.
Nothing they can do is good enough for that fan base. Nothing. You sign a guy for $800 million, and he has maybe his best year of his life. Not good enough.
So Yuri, even after winning the Premier 10, the fan base was still not feeling confident enough coming into this WBC.
Yeah, I think if you look on Twitter, a lot of their fans were very down on them, saying that, hey, you know, I see a lot of people are maybe predicting us to be right there with Korea, but we don't think so. And you know, to be fair, at the WBC qualifiers at this exact time last year, they were pretty disappointing at home at Taipei Dome, where I mentioned they got shut out by Nicaragua, but they also lost 12-5 to Spain, who is not a country in the WBC. Granted, roster was a little bit different, but you know, Roshi Shu pitched in that game later in the tournament, and he did well. Roshi Shu did well, and they had other guys that performed. But all in all, it was just kind of like, you know, a little bit concerning that they weren't able to just like, you know, wipe the floor with teams that were weaker than them on paper. They obviously at least got here in the tiebreaker game, sneaking through, but they had some, you know, concerns, and those concerns are being realized right now, mostly in the lineup side. I think the pitching's been fine today. You know, a couple home runs, you know, that happens, but the offense just has not been up to par.
No, you said it. You said it during our breakdown that as good as the pitching is, if they are not scoring 1 or 2 runs, feels like a mountain to climb. And, you know, Shu delivered. They took him out. They had to face the consequences for that, whether that ball hit the guy or not. I mean, it was a turning point of the game that led to the Robbie Perkins 2-run homer. And then Bazzana kind of put the exclamation point on it. Now, you know, there's still an opportunity here, last licks here to try to get this. We'll go to the top of the 9th, and they're going to try to get 3 runs here, but it's looking very, very bleak considering how they have been playing this whole game, just making easy out after easy out.
Yeah, and they don't have their captain in the game right now. I did see off the bench Giligalo putting on a helmet, so maybe he's going to get a pinch hit opportunity later this inning. But obviously, they need early base runners, and it's going to start here with the top with number 3 hitter, and then it goes to, you know, Yu Chang and then Niantin Wu, who are some of their better bats. So we'll see if they can make some magic happen.
It looks like Chang Hu Sung is going to start leading off this inning. Then Yu Chang, and then Wu will come up afterwards, the first baseman.
Yeah, and you still got Kennedy in there. So if he finishes the job, then they use 3 pitchers, 3 innings each, all lefties. I mean, you can't script it much better than that if you're Australia. I mean, I'm sure this went even better than they were expecting.
Yeah, look at how much of their pitching staff is now saved for the rest of this pool round. And things could change, but that's a great start. Great start for Australia. Here we go.
Bro, so 2 pitches. Hey, he got on base.
That's the start.
Safe.
That's the start we were talking about.
That was close. They're going to replay that one. Yeah, Dave Nielsen wants to challenge. That was what looked like a routine grounder, but Sung was able to.
I thought he was out. I personally.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought he was out, but we'll see.
Here we go.
Looks out to me. First challenge of the WBC.
Yeah.
Looks like a routine grounder. We're gonna need a better camera angle than that.
Yeah, Jared Dale did bounce that throw.
I think he's out.
He looks out. Ooh, it's close, but he looks out to me by half a step.
Yeah, he's out.
That's gonna suck the energy out. Thought they had a rally going. I mean, that was, a gritty play there, almost beating out a routine grounder, but no.
He tried.
Yep.
My favorite part about that whole scenario, he led off the inning, saw 2 pitches.
Yeah.
It's on brand, literally from the start of the game to now. It's on brand.
Yeah, and something about the CPBL that people might find interesting is that their league is a little bit closer to MPB in terms of it's a pitcher-friendly league. It's very much, the balls are closer to MPB than say MLB. It's a tackier ball. It is deader, so you don't get that many home runs. So they are used to playing like a lot of these more like low-scoring games compared to say KBO. KBO is all about the big home runs, and they have high-scoring games. So their national teams really kind of embody the league. CPBL being more pitcher friendly. This is a pitching focused team, and then Korea being the other way around. Got another review.
Yeah, this one. I think this one he might have been safe. I don't know if he tagged him. I don't think he tagged him. That was a terrible throw. Oh my god.
Ooh.
They might have a base runner here, I think.
Well, another
Wingrove's
challenge.
Wingrove's reaction kind of looks like he didn't get him.
I don't think he got him.
Well, that would be funny if both calls were overturned.
He didn't touch him.
They're going to challenge again here.
He didn't touch him. Nope.
Let's see.
My guy, Yu Chang, on base twice.
Yeah. So
no.
Safe.
That puts a little bit of energy into the.
There you go. Crowd.
Yeah, no, didn't get him. So that'll be overturned.
Oh, and here's Yuri Karasawa pinch hitting.
2 overturns here. Now this one favors Chinese Taipei. They got a runner on it first. 1 out.
Yeah, and this is huge. I mean, much like their captain Chen, Yuri Karasawa is another one of these guys that can really be a spark plug for them. But he is also a double play threat. So hopefully he does not hit the ball on the ground.
Kennedy not throwing any strikes around him, wanting him to reach at it. He's not reaching.
Yeah, big pop from Yuri Karasawa.
He looks like a big boy, yeah.
I think he was in the Cleveland system. He actually speaks decent English. He was one of the guys on this team that could speak English when I was covering them 2 years ago.
I feel like his name, I've seen that name before. So I definitely, definitely.
It stands out. I think it's an indigenous name. Oh, single.
Well, gentlemen, we have a top of the 9th here, folks. The tying run is on.
Yeah. Extra innings, Ed.
Oh, brother.
And they got another, looks like they're pinch hitting now with Lyle Lynn, who also has a little bit of minor league experience and was instrumental for them in the Premier 12. He's a catcher, but coming off the bench here to pinch hit, I think.
Kennedy has 36 pitches thrown so far in this inning, with Lynn coming to the plate. 2 on, 1 out, tying run.
Please take a pitch. I beg. Take a pitch, brother.
And I wonder how long they stick with Kennedy. We could be seeing, one of their righties finally get up in like a Neuenborn or a Van Steensel or a Wynn Holland. They do have some options there, Australia.
Attaboy. No way. No way.
Oh.
No way.
I'm a little behind you, but I'm watching on Gamecast, and I saw the center fielder go deep. Just missed this.
Yeah.
Almost have that one. Oh, that would have ignited
right on
the
the
crowd.
warning track.
That would have.
Not the best pitch. Right over the plate.
You want to talk about fireworks? That would have brought.
That would have been something. Lefty.
Deep breath from Kennedy right now. 2 outs, still tying run at the plate.
Oh, that's not a strike, man. Come on.
Yeah, that's rough.
Shea Lin. Lefty against lefty.
Yeah, this is where it kind of does hurt for them to not have the likes of Hao-Yu Lee and Jonathan Long, because that would have really kind of lengthened this lineup and given them a bit more pop in the bottom. But I think you're still, hoping for continue the rally here with a single, maybe. Oh
my God! He
fumbled it a bit, but he got it done. He got it done.
I thought he was gonna fall. He looked like he tripped.
Yeah, that would have been something if they lost like that.
I mean, we actually got a little bit of theatrics to end the game.
Oh, come on, pick your head up, man. It's okay. Pick your head up. I feel bad. That was I think that was the captain, man.
Sorry, and that is a rough loss for Chinese Taipei. They really needed this game, and if they want to move on, still got chances, but their odds are much lower.
That is it for that game. Australia comes away a 3-0 victory over Chinese Taipei. 7 hits for Australia, only 3 for Chinese Taipei. Kind of complete game for Australia. Pitching-wise, they got the offense when they needed it, especially from their big guy, Travis Bazzana, kind of putting the exclamation point on that game. And the pitching, I think, is going to be what's talked about today from Kennedy, from Wells.
Yeah. Roshi Shu did his job for Chinese Taipei with the 4 shutout innings, but when you don't score, can't do much. And the Australian relievers were just a little bit better than Chinese Taipei today.
Yeah.
Alex Wells, unsung hero of the game too.
Oh yeah,
he pitched very well.
Alex Wells
set the tone.
6 strikeouts, 5 to end his time on the mound. O'Loughlin gave them 3 innings. Kennedy gives them 3 innings. Complete game controlled by Australia's pitching against Chinese Taipei's lefty-laden lineup. They lose Chen. We'll see how serious that injury is for the captain, but not a good start for Chinese Taipei. They could still bounce back. Australia getting the start that they needed. And yeah, guys, good start to this tournament, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think Friday's where like fireworks are going to be really, really set off with pretty much everybody getting on the way. But you know what? I love it. I don't really care who's playing. I'm going to be watching whoever, any country. I think Japan's playing tomorrow. Is that correct?
Yeah, Japan and Chinese Taipei for tomorrow night in Japan. And then tonight here in Japan, it is Korea and Czech Republic.
Awesome. Well, we'll be tapped in, man. Appreciate you coming on. It was a pleasure meeting you, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on. And this game went really fast. I was expecting a slightly longer game with a lot of pitching changes, but this game rolled. I mean, this was smooth and a good introduction of the pitch clock to like a Japanese audience as well, because MPB does not have a pitch clock, and if I remember correctly, they were not using it at the last WBC. So a lot of Japanese fans have not experienced the pitch clock. But I mean, personally, I think it helps, speed up games. And MPB, the average game is like 3 hours and 20 minutes. So this was nice for my money.
You're gonna fall in love with it. We love it here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Keith, look, man. 1,076 people, 12:30.
We did it. I was expecting we were gonna crack 1, so we didn't. Perfect enough time for quick shower and get some shut eye. But we did it, buddy. We'll be back.
We did it.
Probably we'll be back Friday. So
Friday
we can take off tomorrow.
I think the thought is trying to do this Puerto Rico versus Colombia start into USA Brazil type doubleheader thing. and then we'll figure out how the weekend goes. We know we're going to be covering USA, Mexico, Dominican Republic, Venezuela game. I know you may be covering a game on Sunday. I can't do Sunday. Maybe do UK, USA on Saturday. We'll figure it out. But appreciate everyone for tuning in. Yuri, before we let you go, let everyone know where they can follow you on social media and get your content.
Yeah, you can find me and my work on Japan Ball, justbaseball.com, and the World Baseball Network. And I have my website, yakucosmo.com, where I am updating it with a lot of MPB stats. If you want to follow like percentiles for guys who you think might come over to MLB, or you just want to stay in touch with the second best league in the world right after MLB. MPB is very high competition level and trying to help people get into the league who aren't familiar.
Absolutely.
Keith, you're next, my friend.
You can find me at Shea and Sons, covering all Mets content and kind of broadening out to just covering all things baseball. But we are primarily a Mets channel. We love the New York Mets, just like my buddy here, Anthony from Subway to Shea. So you can find us at the Shea and Sons podcast. We also do some collaborations with the Empire State of Baseball podcast, everything New York related when it comes to New York State baseball, Mets and Yankees included. But pretty much Shea and Sons. You can find me on my handle on X at Kicking It with Keith. Love tweeting, love having some good time online. And baseball is here, man. I'm excited. WBC.
You can follow me on X, Instagram, and TikTok at Subway to Shea. You can follow me personally at Ant Rivera 86. And if you want to listen to the Subway to Shea podcast, you can do that on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. But if you want to be a part of the chat and conversation, you're doing that on YouTube, just like you did tonight. We had a lot of good comments and questions. We had people on the West Coast tuning in, and that's where you're going to find all of the content for the WBC, all on Subway to Shea's YouTube page, all on Shea and Sons. And we'll see you guys on Friday for the next live stream watch party for these games. For Anthony Rivera, for Keith Diaz, and our good friend Yuri Karasawa, thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you guys on Friday. Enjoy the next couple games of the WBC.